See the living word literally come to life at CHM Bible Theater's production of Genesis.
Enjoy fine dining with your whole family, then immerse yourself in the dinner theater experience with music, video presentations, and an incredible chance to see legendary biblical figures like Adam and Eve and Moses live on stage in a performance you won't soon forget. Experience Genesis at the I Hotel in Champaign, Saturday, August 20th.
Tickets for limited seating are available now at chmbibletheater.org.
Welcome. We are so delighted that all of you are here today. So you're in for a special treat. You get a chance to enjoy good food, fine dining, as well as see a good Bible play. How about that?
We ended up studying the Bible of the book of Genesis through this and actually acting it out, so it was just wonderful. And just to be with the cast, to work with Crystal and all the different people that were in it and associated.
I've never been to a dinner theater before. It was a great production. A lot of hard work went into it. I was playing the voice of God and Jesus. You could say that I had the experience of being greatly disappointed in what I had created.
So I played Abel, Noah, and old Isaac in the play. And I always enjoy getting to Bible characters, and you kind of see a different aspect of their life, and you have to actually play the character. So it was fun doing it.
Very good program. The acting was wonderful. Yes, and all of the stories, the music, everything.
I tell you, when I first found out that you were having the story of Genesis, I didn't realize you were going to do such a complete survey of the Bible, but I thoroughly enjoyed the acting, and there were moments of comic relief that I thought were just fantastic. Wonderfully done. Look forward to the next one. And God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I present to you Evangelist Crystal Hogue and the CHM Bible Theater presenting the stage play, Genesis, in the beginning, God. Give him praise and honor and glory in Jesus' name.
So we're excited about that. So praise the Lord. And so now, without further ado, present to you Genesis, in the beginning God.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I was 80 years old. I was tending the flock of my father-in-law, Jethro. We were taking the flock into the wilderness, to Horeb, over by the mountain of God. And then I heard this voice.
Moses.
And I could not believe what I saw. It was a bush. And the bush was burning. But the bush did not burn up. I have never seen that. The bush was burning. And then I heard that voice again.
Moses, Moses.
And I said, yes, my Lord. Yes, and the voice then said,
Do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground.
So I took off my shoes. And then the voice continued.
I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and bring them up to a land that is good and spacious, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt.
And I said, who am I to go before Pharaoh to bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And he said,
I will be with you.
I can still hear that voice today. He said, I will be with you. And so he is. And so therefore, I should write the story of God. The first book of Moses, called Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And then God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. And on the second day, God said, let there be a firmament between the waters to separate water from the water. And God saw it was good. And on the third day, he made the earth, the sea, and vegetation. And then on the fourth day, he made the sun, the moon, and the stars. Oh, those beautiful stars. Oh, the stars, how magnificent. And on the 5th day, he made the birds. Oh, such beautiful birds. The red bird, the blue, the green, the parrots, and the sea creatures. Amazing he is. Such a creative God. Let me continue. And on the 6th day, he made the land animals. He spoke, and the earth brought forth the living creatures according to its kind, the cattle and creeping things, the man and the woman, from the dust, from his very hands. He created them, and God saw that it was good. And God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. Then God blessed them and said to them,
Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. And the 7th day was the Sabbath day. I rested on the 7th day from all my work which I had done. Then I, God, blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it I rested from all my work. I, your God, rested. Yes.
Look, right over there. The creation. What a beautiful creation. Oh, look, see for yourself. The first man, Adam, was created from the dust of the earth. And the first woman was Eve. Oh, and the first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve. And who would know that there would be a second Adam that would come to earth, be crucified, yes, put on a cross, and then on the 3rd day be resurrected from the dead, and is here to redeem us from our sins. Oh, Adam, why didn't you just obey God, Adam?
From the midst of the stones of fire, your heart was proud because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor, and I now cast you to the earth.
didn't fall from heaven. I was kicked out. He kicked me out. Me, the son of dawn, the morning star. Me. I'm full of wisdom, perfect in beauty, and the absolute seal of perfection. And he kicked me out. I was cast down to this wretched earth because I said in my heart that I would ascend to the heavens, that I would raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself just like him, the Almighty God. The deceiver, serpent, the beast. So now that I'm on this earth, I will go walking it up and down, searching, hunting, roaring like a mighty lion. Wild I kill, I steal, I devour. I will throw my fiery darts at you. Wait. Wait. Is that a woman? I know. I'll deceive her in the garden.
I just don't know. The serpent must be right. I mean, look at this fruit. It looks so delicious, and I know it will taste so much better than any of the other fruits we have eaten in this garden. And once I have eaten it, it will make me wiser, and it will make me stronger, and it will make me better than I have ever been before. Just like God. Adam.
Yes?
Try some of this fruit.
Okay.
Go on, then.
What have I done? What have I done?
Adam!
I didn't.
What have we done?
What's that? What?
Oh, no.
What was that? Was that?
Yeah.
But
the air, it feels different now.
yeah, it's as if the world just died.
What is death, Adam?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm learning all sorts of new things just now.
I think I hear his footsteps off in the distance. Adam! Adam, I'm scared.
Come, my wife. We must hide from his presence.
Yes.
Yeah. But why did you do it? Why did you eat from the tree that he told us not to eat of?
I wasn't going to, but you see, there was this serpent, and he appeared to me as an angel of light, and he made me think that the fruit from the tree was extraordinary, better than any of the other fruit in this garden. So I took a bit and I ate it.
But what did God say? Do you remember what he said, Eve? He said that if we eat from that tree, that we will certainly die. And why did you give it to me?
Well, wait a minute. Why did you stop me?
What?
You could have easily said no. You could have repeated the words of God. He said we're free to eat from any of the other trees in the garden. But we must not eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So when we do, we'll certainly die. That's what you told me he said.
So you're blaming me now?
Why didn't you stop me?
You're blaming me now, Eve?
Well, yeah, you're the man, the head of our household. You could have easily made the final decision and said no, Eve, and I would have listened to you.
I don't really think that's true. Listen, do you even realize what this means?
Do you even realize what this means?
It means that we have disobeyed our Father, our God.
We disobeyed our Father, our God.
It means that we are going to die. I'm surprised we aren't dead already. Why did you give it to me?
The serpent beguiled me. He made me do it.
Why do you always blame the serpent for everything just now?
Because he did everything just now.
You ate it!
You did too!
Oh. Listen, the snake didn't make you do anything you didn't want to do already. I watched you staring at the fruit. I saw you examine it. I saw you pick it. And then you ate it because you wanted to be wise, just like God. How's that working out, huh? You gave it to me. That wasn't wise. But I ate it. Why did I eat it? Because now, because of me, sin has entered the world, and it's all my fault.
Okay, look, maybe I had a little part in what we did, but what is done, it's all just done, Adam. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I don't know why I let the serpent deceive me. It must have been a pride of life, a thirst for knowledge and wisdom. Oh, Adam, what do we do now?
What's done is done. And we've really messed up now. We really messed up. Let's make some coverings for ourselves.
Yeah, I'll gather some leaves. I'll gather some leaves so we can make those coverings. Here,
okay.
I like this plant over here. Let's try this out.
Okay, hurry. We need to make coverings for ourselves now because he visits us in the cool of the day, which is now, and yeah. I hear his footsteps approaching.
Okay, hurry, let's hide.
Yep.
Adam, where are you? Because you listened to your wife rather than me, I'm going to curse your ability to work with ease. Your work used to be easier. Now it will become a lot harder. In your rebellion, you started a war with me, and you'll never be able to execute a strategy against me that will bring you victory. You've accrued a debt with me for which you cannot work hard enough to ever repay. You've committed a crime against me from which you cannot ever earn exoneration.
No.
I told you that in the day that you eat of this tree, you would surely die. Today you have died a spiritual death, which has driven a wedge between us. You have messed up the good relationship we once had. Because I am going to extend mercy and grace towards you, your natural death will occur eventually, and at that time you will return to the dust from which I created you. This curse does not only extend to you, Adam, but to all things on earth, which I have placed under your authority. Eve, because you listened to the serpent rather than me, I'm going to curse your ability to bring forth children with ease.
No!
The pain that occurs with childbirth will be exponentially greater than it has been in the past.
No!
Your husband's role of leadership will become so obnoxious that you will desire to throw it off, his role and his leadership. Consequently, you will desire to rule over him instead. This role of confusion will cause chaos all over the world. I am going to show you and your wife some mercy and grace by removing your sin and shame. You see, on the way to visit you two, I killed a lamb.
Why would you do that, God?
It was an act of mercy for you and Adam. You see, the wage of sin is death. Without the shedding of blood, there can be no forgiveness of sin. So I killed the lamb because I had transferred the guilt of your sin onto the lamb. Consequently, the lamb had to die in your place. I used the skin and the wool of the lamb to make robes for you, which will serve as your righteous garments. I used the lamb's blood to cover your sins and your shame. You see, that lamb did nothing to deserve death, and the two of you have done nothing to deserve life. So my grace to you is a totally free gift, for which you should be grateful. Now you will get to live and be covered from my wrath, your sin, and your shame, but you will no longer be able to live in my garden. So in a moment, I'm going to allow you to pack your things and leave the garden. You'll have to go and live and work elsewhere. But you may never return to this garden. There's another tree here, the tree of life, which I must protect. To make sure you don't get to it, I will place an angel at the entrance of the garden, so that if you decide to return to eat of that tree, the angel will strike you down with his flaming sword.
I guess we should pack our bags.
Okay, let's look like a tree and leaf.
If I could, I would. I'd leave out the part where I broke your heart in the garden shade. Fix the mess I made. If I could, I would.
Cain, why are you angry, and why is your countenance fallen? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you refuse to do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must master it.
Hey, Abel, let us go out into the field.
Sure, brother, let's go. Let us make another acceptable sacrifice unto the Lord, and I will give God what he wants again. Oh, feels good to be accepted. Feels good to be accepted. Now I need another unspotted lamb to sacrifice to my God. Let's see. I need a perfect unspotted lamb. Let's see. Oh, no, not that one. That one's just too skinny. And that one's just ugly. I can't give God an ugly offering. That just doesn't work in my book. I need nothing but the best offering for my God. Hey, Cain, you know, I was thinking, hey, what are you doing? Stop, stop, stop. No, no, you're my brother.
Cain! Where is your brother Abel?
I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?
What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed and banished from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it will no longer yield produce to you. You will be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth.
My punishment is too great. It's greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me from the face of the earth, and from your face
I will be gone. O God, and whoever shall find me will want to kill me.
Not so. If anyone slays Cain, then Cain will be avenged sevenfold. I will place a mark on you so that no one will kill you who finds you.
Noah?
Yes, my wife?
Why do you think God called you to build this ark? I mean, why now? It's never rained like this before.
I've asked myself those same questions, Nama. I don't know. Perhaps I found favor in His sight. I've walked with God and served Him with all my might day after day. I've tried to be righteous and holy before my God, so I think that's why He chose me. Not sure. But for whatever the reasons, I'm not worthy, but humble to be used by God to build the ark. And I will build it exactly the way He says. I'm not worried what the people say, whether there's rain before or not. I must do the work that God has called me to do.
Yes, I believe the words you say are right. You know, our God, the one we worship, does not like sin. And the people of this earth just continue to do wrong in His sight. Our God, the Lord, saw that the evilness of man on earth was great, and that every thought and intention of the heart was just evil continually. So our Lord, He regretted putting man on earth. It grieved Him to His heart.
Yes, my wife. Your words of the Lord, and they are right. And thus saith the Lord our God, that He would destroy man whom created from the face of the land. Every man, beast, creeping little thing, and fowl of the air. These are the words of God. And He commanded me to build the ark, and to make it out of gopher wood, to make rooms inside and out, and cover it with pitch. There's a lot of work that must be done, and I've got to get busy. Let's see. I'm going to make it 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high. I have to put a door and a window. I have to do a lower, middle, and upper deck. I'm too old for this. I need help. What am I going to do? My boys. Shem, Ham, Japheth, go get the gopher wood.
Boys, come on out. Your father needs help.
Yes, Father, I'm coming. I really don't want to build this ark.
Yep, me too, even though it never rained before. I can't wait to build the ark with Father. If God said it, I know His words will come to pass.
That's my boy.
When my kids in the ark though. I don't know.
40 years.
40 days.
Noah, go forth out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and their wives. Bring out every living thing that is with you, and of all flesh, the birds, the cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the ground, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth.
Mama, my wife, my family, come. The rain has stopped. God has opened the doors of the ark. It's time to exit the ark. Come, come, come.
Noah,
Yes, my Lord.
I told you I was going to put an end to all people, for the earth was filled with violence. I was surely going to destroy both them and the earth. But now I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. Never again will the waters of a flood destroy all life. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. This is a sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. This is a sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on earth.
Covenant between me and God. An everlasting covenant with every living creature. That's everyone on the earth. My family, my wife, come, quickly. See the rainbow. The God of the universe cares about us this much that he makes a covenant with every living creature. The one who talks with us, the one who walks with us. While we were on the ark, we heard the rain pouring down and we were a bit afraid. We heard the water hitting the windows and we were scared. But one thing we knew, God was with us and he's with us now. Now that all of this is over, it's time to try to do it.
Now that we have settled in the land of Shinar, come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. We can build a grand city. Oh, a beautiful big city with a tower. Oh, a tower that goes all the way up to heaven.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We'll become famous. People will remember our city. They'll remember our name.
Yes.
Otherwise, we could be forgotten. And we could be spread all over the face of the earth. Oh, let's build a city. Let's build a city.
These people are coming together and acting as one people, speaking the same language, then nothing they do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other. I will scatter them over all the earth, so they will stop building the city.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein? Parlez-vous français?
What's wrong with you? Did you see what just happened? Our great city, the tower fell. We're not going to be remembered at all. Can you just tell what happened?
Parukata Alonai, Elonai nu.
Did you get hit? You sick? What's wrong with you?
Comment parlez-vous?
You know what? I think you're calling me names. Now you're just going to make me mad.
Hey, Chihuahua, vámonos para la casa.
Nobody got time for this. I tell you, I'm going to knock some sense into your head.
Hay no tiempo para
I'm
bromas.
with it. I'm going to take care of you. You're on my last nerve now.
Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to a land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all people on earth will be blessed through you. I am the God Almighty. Walk before me and be thou perfect, and I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. Behold, my covenant is with thee, and you shall be a father of many nations. Your name shall not be called Abram any more, but you will be called Abraham, because I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations come from you. Kings shall come out of thee, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and your seed after you in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And you shall circumcise every male child in your household, and your wife, no longer will you call her Sarai, but Sarah shall be her new name. And I will bless her and give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be from her.
How can this be? I am 100 years of age. I am well beyond being a father. And my wife is, Sarah is 90 years of age. Perhaps the child of my maidservant, Hagar, maybe Ishmael. Perhaps he should be the heir. Yes, perhaps Ishmael, my lord.
No, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall have 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you from her own body, at this set time next year.
The Lord my God spoke to me and said that I would become a father. A father after all these years. A precious son would be born. And to Sarah, my beautiful wife, would be the mother. This is a wondrous thing. Oh, but it is so hot. And I must find some type of shade from the sun, for it is so hot. I shall retreat to my tent and find shade. Yes. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Your servant comes before you, my Lord. May I acquire water to wash your feet, to reside under my tent in this heat? Shall I make a morsel of bread for you, my Lord, and prepare it for you, my Lord? Yes, God. Yes, my Lord. And then, following that you would be on your way, may your servant serve you this day, my Lord.
Go and do as you have said.
Yes. Sarah, prepare the 3 fine ingredients of fine meal and get the spotted and cleansed lamb prepared for my Lord. Yes. Thank you, sir.
This is prepared for your guests, dear.
Yes, my Lord. Yes, and your servant comes before you to feed you, my Lord. Yes, my Lord.
Where is Sarah, your wife?
Well, she's in the tent.
I will certainly return to you when it is time. And behold, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son.
Yes, my Lord.
Remember when I told you this before?
Yes, my Lord. Yes.
Oh, did I just hear the angels of God talking to my husband about me having a son? Oh, after I'm waxed old, shall I have this pleasure with my husband and experience the joy of having a son? How is this going to happen? My Abraham being old also.
Why did Sarah laugh, saying, "Shall I have a son when I am old?" Is there anything too hard for God? At the appointed time, I shall return. And according to the time of life, Sarah shall have a son.
Oh, I didn't laugh. It must have been the wind or something. It wasn't me. I did not laugh.
Yes, indeed, Sarah, you did laugh.
Abraham? You get rid of that slave woman and her son. That woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac. He keeps teasing and mocking Isaac.
I will do as you've told me.
Yes.
But remember, it was you. You said to me, the Lord had made you barren, and that I should be taking your maidservant to me. And then you told me to sleep with her.
Yes, Abraham, but you could have refused. You shouldn't have listened to me. And now it's all your fault. So, get rid of her and her son.
Well, as I previously said, do what you want.
All right, she's gone. Gone with her. Hagar!
Yes, ma'am.
I want you and your son Ishmael to get out of here.
You want us to leave? Why? And where will we go? We have nowhere to go, my mistress.
I don't care where you go. Just leave. I can no longer stand to look at you and your son.
My mistress, please! Please don't put us out!
Hagar, you leave my home now.
He's just a child.
You and he are no longer welcome here. Go.
Ishmael! Come on, let's go. I'll explain everything on the way. And that's why we can't return home. It's been a long walk here. Rest here a while, and I'll go find us some water. I cannot watch my son die of thirst. We have no water in this desert! But I remember what the angel of the Lord told me when I was running away from my mistress Sarah the first time. He told me to go back and to submit to her, that he would bless me and make my descendants far too numerous to count. He said I was pregnant and that I was to give birth to a son. I was to call him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of my misery. And let me tell you, Ishmael, he was to be a wild donkey of a man. His hand would be against everyone. He is the God who sees me. I know he'll take care of us. He has to take care of us, right?
Hagar, servant of Sarah, why are you crying? Where have you come from and where are you going?
I'm running away from my mistress Sarah again, and I'm so afraid.
Do not be afraid. The Lord has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift him up by the hand, for I shall make of him a great nation.
Ishmael, wake up! Wake up, do you see that? Water! He is the God who sees us. Praise the Lord! Let's go get you a drink. Hallelujah!
Abraham,
Yes, my Lord.
take your son, your only son whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice them there as a burnt offering to me on a mountain that I will show you.
My son? My only son?
Yes, your only son, Isaac.
Yes, my Lord. Okay. Amen. Let us go up to the mountain and worship together. And then we shall prepare the lamb for the sacrifice. Okay? Yes.
Father,
Yes, my son.
I see the fire in the wood, but where's the lamb for the burnt offering? I
God-
thought we needed that to make an offering unto God.
God will provide the lamb, my son. God will provide the lamb for the sacrifice.
Okay, Father.
Here, right here.
Father.
Yes.
Father, what are you doing? Why are you trying to tie my hands?
My son. My
Father.
son. My son. My only son.
Father. Father, no.
My only son.
Abraham, Abraham,
Yes, Lord.
do not lay a hand on the boy. Don't do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son.
Yes, my Lord. Look. Look. There's a lamb caught in the bush over there. There's a lamb caught in the bush.
I see it too.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I hear it. Yes, yes, yes. God has provided the sacrifice. God always provides a sacrifice. Let us now call this place, the Lord will provide.
I swear by myself, declares the Lord, because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies, and through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me.
Smells good. Tastes good too. That's some good soup.
What tastes good?
I made some lentil stew.
Lentil stew?
Yeah. Very good.
Give me some of that stew. Come on, I'm starving.
Esau, my brother. I'll give you some of this stew. I tell you what, sell me your birthright.
My birthright? I tell you I'm starving and you want my birthright. What use is a birthright to me right now? Give me the stew.
I'll tell you what. At this very moment, swear to me that you will sell me your birthright for this stew.
I'm hungry. Fine. You want my birthright? You can have it. Get up.
Gladly. Here, have a seat. You've been working hard in the field. Here, have something to drink too.
I shall.
There you go. Eat up, my brother Esau.
Mm-hmm. What a joke.
Good stew, huh? Sold me his birthright for a mess of pottage.
Behold, my son, I am old and I do not know the day of my death. Therefore take your quiver, your weapons, and your bow. Go to the field and hunt for food, and prepare delicious food such as I love, and bring to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die.
I think her father.
Jacob, come here.
Yes, Mother, what is it?
Hey, listen, I just heard your father talking to your brother Esau about preparing him a meal so that he may eat it, bless him before he dies. So, isn't that something? Oh.
Yeah.
So now, what I need for you to do is go down to the flock and get me 2 good goats. Okay? And then bring them to me that I may prepare a meal for your father. Okay? And you know what kind of food your father likes. He likes that tasty food. Okay?
Yeah.
So I will prepare them, and then you will bring them to him so he can eat, bless you before he dies. Do you understand me?
Yes, Mother, but my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I'm a smooth man. I'm afraid that Father might feel me and think that I'm mocking before him and bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
My son, you know your father is old and can't see a thing. So, son, let your curse be on me. But I need for you to bring those to me. Go quickly. Come on, we have to work quick, so go.
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute. Let me put this on you before you go. Okay? There you go.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, Mother.
Yes.
I will do it, but I do not think it's right. Father, sit up and eat. I have brought you my game.
Who's there? Here am I.
I am Esau, your eldest son.
How's it you have found us so quickly?
The Lord hath granted me speedily success.
Are you really my son Esau?
Yes, Father, I am Esau.
Come near that I may feel you. His voice is as my son Jacob, but his arm is as my son Esau. Come near that I may kiss you, my son. The smell of my son is as the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. Give me to eat.
Yes. Here, sit up, Father. Eat, that your soul may bless me.
This is delicious. This is the food such as I love. Come near, my son, that I may bless you.
Yes.
And you shall indeed be blessed.
Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, so that you might bless me.
Who's there?
Your firstborn, Esau.
Who was it then that came before you and brought me delicious food such as I love, and I did eat, and I blessed him? And he shall indeed be blessed.
Jacob. Bless me too. Father, you need to bless me too.
Oh, Esau, your brother Jacob has come and deceitfully taken away your blessing.
Is he not rightly named Jacob? Bless me, your firstborn.
But I have made him lord over you.
What?
And I've given his brethren his servants. I've given him wine and grain to sustain him. What have I left to give to you?
You have the right to reserve a blessing for your firstborn son.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it. Die! The days of mourning my father are nigh. But after that, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill my brother, Jacob.
Jacob.
Yes.
Behold, your brother Esau, he comforts himself in planning to kill you. So I need for you to listen to me once again. I need for you to go to my brother Laban. He's in Haran. I need for you to stay there with him for a while until your brother Esau's anger is lifted and he has forgotten about what he's done for you. So I would just hate to lose both of you in one day.
Okay, Mother, I will do it.
A little restless today. Okay. Oh, be still. Be still. Be still. Okay, go on back. Restless today.
Rachel. Mwah. I am Jacob, relative of your father, son of Rebekah.
Father.
Yes, Rachel.
I met a man and he kissed me and he said that he was a relative of my father and the son of Rebekah. Do you know him?
Yes, I know of him. Where is he?
Let me take you to him.
Jacob, how are you? Sure, you are a friend of mine, my relative, and you are my sister's son. What makes you come this way? Have you come to work for me?
Yes.
So what would be your wages?
I'll tell you what, Laban, I will work for you 7 years for your youngest daughter, Rachel.
Well, it's better that I give her to you than to some other man. So it shall be done. If you work for me for 7 years and serve me, and I will give you my daughter, Rachel.
So be it, Laban, I will work for you.
So it shall be done.
Yes. I've worked 7 years. Now bring me my wife, that I may take her and make her my wife.
I shall bring you your wife.
Very well.
Let's come on.
Laban, what is this you have done to me? Did not I work for thee 7 years for the youngest daughter, Rachel? Why hast thou then beguiled me?
No, it's done like that, Jacob. Not in our country.
What?
It's not done like that in our country.
Okay.
The younger does not receive blessings or inheritance before the firstborn.
Okay.
So if you let her enjoy a whole week of marriage with you and serve me for 7 more years, I will give you my daughter Rachel to hand in marriage.
Very well, I will work for you 7 more years, Laban. That is how much I love Rachel.
All right. God bless
So
you.
be it.
Surely the Lord has looked upon my affliction
because he had heard that I was hated. So he gave me many sons. Oh, yes, many sons. Oh, my, many sons.
Jacob! Jacob!
Yes.
Give me children lest I die.
Am I in God's stead, Rachel? Have I withheld children from the fruit of thy womb? It is God that has done this. You need to talk to him about this. Am I not more to thee than sons, Rachel? Do not I love thee well?
My maidservant. Here, take my maidservant and sleep with her. Then I can have children through her.
Very well. Send her to my chambers tonight.
Okay. I will have children through you.
Wow. And well, I'm going to have many sons through my maidservant. That's what I'm going to do.
You know, Leah, the Lord has seen my misery and heard my prayers. And he has blessed me with children through my maidservant, Dan and Naphtali.
Oh, as I said before, I'm going to have sons through my maidservant. We're going to have sons as well. Oh. Thank you. This smells so good. It's like an apple. Let me put this in here.
Are those your son's mandrakes?
Yes, they are.
Oh, pray I pray that you will give me of your son's mandrakes.
No. Now you take my husband, and you know he loves you and not me. And you want to take my son's mandrakes too? I don't think so, Rachel. No.
Since you're so concerned about your husband, if you give me the mandrakes, you can sleep with Jacob tonight.
Oh, hey. Did you say, repeat that? I didn't hear that.
You can sleep with Jacob, just give me the mandrakes.
Oh, well, in that case, you can have the, okay, mandrakes. Jacob.
Yes, Leah.
I have hired you with my son mandrakes, and you must sleep with me tonight. Come along.
Well, man's got to do what he's got to do.
Should be a little more upset about it than that.
Yeah.
Surely the Lord has looked upon my affliction, because he has heard that I was needed. He has given me another son. But this time, in this place, I'm going to praise the Lord. And my son will be called Judah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I have a son called Judah.
Oh, Jacob!
Yes, my love.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
What is it?
I have something to tell you.
What?
I'm pregnant. The Lord has seen my reproach, and he's opened my womb.
That's wonderful. That's just wonderful. Praise be unto God.
Oh, I'm going to have a son, and I'm going to name him Joseph.
Oh, praise
God. We're going to have a baby. Oh, we're going to have a baby.
Thank you. Oh, God. God.
for it is almost daybreak.
I will not let thee go until you bless me.
What is your name?
My name is Jacob.
You shall no longer be called Jacob, but you shall be called Israel, because you have wrestled with God and man and have overcome.
Please, tell me your name.
Why do you ask my name? Go, you have received your blessing.
I will call this place Peniel, for I've seen God face to face, and my life has been spared. O God, of my grandfather Abraham, and of my father Isaac, I'm unworthy of all your love and faithfulness to me, your humble servant. For when I left my home, God, and I crossed the Jordan River, I owned nothing but a walking stick. Now my household fills 2 large camps. Oh God, deliver me from the hand of Esau. Lord, I'm afraid that he will come after me and attack me, my family, my wives and children. But you said, God, you promised, Lord, that you would treat me kindly and that you would make my descendants as numerous as the sands upon the seashore, too many to count. My brother Jacob. Esau, my brother.
Come here!
Let me look at you.
I have brought you gifts and animals and so much more. Please take them.
What need of it do I have? I've been blessed as well. Keep it.
No, brother, I insist. Because when I seen your face, as though I seen the face of God, you greeted me so warmly and kindly. Please, God has been good to me and blessed me. Take the gifts and the animals.
If you insist, how can I deny you? I'll take them. Let's go to my home. You go first and I will go with you.
Wait, brother, maybe you should go before me. I have this limp. I walk very slow and I'll guide the herds.
Listen, you go first. Take your time.
Very well, brother.
We've got a lot of catching up to do anyway.
Yes, you do. Wait, brother, Esau. I'm sorry about stealing your birthright. Mother told me to pretend that I was you, and I did what she said. I don't know what to say.
Well, I stewed over it for a very long time. How'd you get past the smooth arms you still have?
Well, I put, Mother had me put goat skin on. Father, yeah, he can't see very well.
Devious. I'll forgive you, Jacob.
Brother.
We've been through a lot.
Yes.
Trials and tribulations, but through it all, we've been blessed.
Yes. Yes, God has blessed us.
Even with my anger and your deceit, God still watched over us.
Yes, He has.
We wouldn't be anywhere without Him.
That's right.
We are truly blessed.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was there anything made that was made. In Him was a life, and that life was the light of men. That light shineth in darkness, but the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness to the light, that through him all men might believe. He he was not the light. He came only to bear witness to the light. The true light that gives light to every man was coming into the world. He was in the world. The world was made by him, but the world knew him not. He came to his own, and even his own did not receive him. But as many received him, he gave the right to become children of God. Those who believed in him, those who were born, not of blood, not of flesh, not of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Jesus Christ, the second man, Adam.
I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If you had known him, you would have known my Father also. You do know him and have seen him. And lo, I will be with you always, to the very end of the age. Come to me.
Genesis, in the beginning, God. Before there was a heaven or an earth, before there was a land or a sea, before there was a you or me, there was God. And so that our end would be better than our beginning, God gave us his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, that if we would only receive him, we might live forever throughout eternity. Thank you so very much for being here today. Thank you for Evangelist Crystal Hogue and the CHM Bible Theater for the great production. Genesis, in the beginning, God. Give him praise, give him honor, and give him glory. Give him a thunderous hand clap of praise and celebrate the cast. In the beginning, God.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed Genesis, in the beginning, God. We are so delighted that you decided to view the production and hope that you got something out of it. Hope that your spirits were lifted, that you were inspired, that you felt some emotion there, that you laughed a little. So we just really are so thankful to have your support of CHM Bible Theater. Now, if you want to continue supporting us, please visit our website for our upcoming events. Please donate to our youth programs. We're always looking to do things for our youth to expand, as well as provide different types of items that's needed for our productions, like costumes and computers and sound equipment and lighting and even create jobs for young people and other things that we're trying to do within our organization. And remember, we are a 501c3. nonprofit organization, so your donations are tax deductible. So definitely support us. If you are looking for an organization to partner with, please consider us. We just did Giving Tuesday. If you were able to donate at the time, you can still donate. You still have until the end of the year. Your gifts are extremely important and are so appreciated. So thank you so much. To donate, you can visit our website at chmbibletheater.org and click on the donations tab. You can also mail us, or write to us, or email us. The information is provided after this video. All right, so thanks again for your support of CHM Bible Theater. God bless you.